Okay, so I put this together. Uh, Basically, the cattle panel, the cow hay thingies and the horse hay thingies are a little too big, and the goats can get in there. And the problem is when they climb on the hay and stuff, they'll basically soil it, poop and pee all over it, and then they won't eat it. So it all goes to waste. Which is kind of what happened here. We had the bale here. I asked my friend David to put these rings around it, but he never did. And so they basically soiled and wasted a lot of it. So I scooped up what wasn't soiled and put it in this, and hopefully that'll get them by for another month. The rest of the stuff is probably just going to go to waste, and it's not a total waste, but it'll act as fertilizer for the property. What I'll probably do in the future is have the hay bale dropped in front of the goat house so that whatever does get wasted, if you will, I'll basically shovel it into the goat house, and so that they can use it for bedding. But this is a future goat house here. I'm still working on it. With this one, I'm gonna build a loft up here. I've got one double pallet, so there's these pallets that are twice as long as a regular pallet, and I need 3 of them. I've got one. I almost had 2 more in the back of my trailer. After I delivered a load, they left the pallets in the trailer. I was like, ooh, sweet, I need these. But then, and I held on to the pallets for most of the week, and then I had to do a drop and hook. And that other trailer had a seal on it, so I couldn't move the pallets over to that other trailer, so I lost them. So I'm keeping an eye out for 2 more, but I'm gonna use them for the like rafters, if you will. And then when I build the second story, I'll probably still need 3 more for up there, but we'll see how that works out. This is kind of an experimental 2-story house, goat house. What I'm going to do here, I was trying to contemplate where I was going to put the ramp or whatever so they can get up on top, because there's going to be a door here, door there, and door there. So what I'll do is I'll make another section right here, and I'll make a ramp that goes up on both sides, and so they can go up and down that way. And oh wait, I only need 2 in here because I'm gonna have this as a stand-up walkthrough. Yeah. So I just need 1 more for over on this side. Then I can stand up and walk in here, and then maybe I'll have a pallet in between these 2, so they can walk across this way. I'll have to duck to get into this goat house. Whatever. Maybe, if I do it that way. That way they're not jumping from one to the other and potentially getting hurt. They can just come up here, and this whole thing will be a loft. And like I said, I'll have the ramps here. They can climb up and walk around, and then I'll have the rooms down below. So that's my game plan. We'll see how it works out, I don't know. But that's a different video. Right now, like I said, I'm working on these hay rings. In the other yard, I had 2 of these cattle panels put together to make a hay ring. And I think maybe it was too big, but I don't know. I have to measure the diameter of a regular one for horses and cows. But I think that is a diameter, so I could just fit that probably over the over a bale of hay, round bale. I have to get another one and measure it. But And if anything, I can just shave off some of the sides to make it fit, perhaps, and then pile them on top. I don't know. But I'll show you. Oh yeah, I got the fork. Okay. I'll show you the big round one that I did. And this is basically what I'm going to do with my blackberries. I'm going to make these big round cattle panel rings with 2 cattle panels and put them around the blackberries, the wild blackberries that I want to preserve. And in that way, the goats can keep them trimmed for me, but they won't destroy them. Only the babies can get in. So yeah, this is a big one. I think this is too big, to be honest. But I put it around this. So my next deal is I'm going to take this apart and basically make a smaller one like I did over there, and then shovel this into this. So, because like I said, the goats will get up there and they'll poop and pee all over it, and then they won't eat it. So it's kind of a waste. And they're not cheap. They're not terribly expensive either, but they're not cheap. So, and yeah, then I'll, like I said, I'll put the rest in the future. Maybe I'll have the roll dropped right in here somewhere, so I can just shovel the waste into the goat house, and then I'll have more bedding in the goat house. So this is basically the design I'm doing for the other one, except, and they love this, except it's going to be 2-story and it'll have a loft, and it'll be a little bit further out here with the ramps to go up into the loft. So it'll be cool. It'll be goat paradise. So yeah. Anyhow, some of the goats can get out, and so I let them get out. So they go out there and forage, but one of our neighbors is growing hay, so I don't want to let them out too much. I don't want to let all of them out, because then they'll go over there and eat his hay, and then we'll have problems. David let them all out yesterday. I don't know why, but probably because it was raining and he didn't think they would go very far, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that was wise or not. But anyhow, yeah. So this is what I'm doing. I got a guy coming in to build me some more goat fence, goat yards, because I can't rely on David to do what he says he'll do. So I got to hire somebody else to do it. And so yeah, I'm working on the schematics and whatnot for that, so he can come in and put in my goat yards, and then I can rotate these guys better. Because right now I only got 2 goat yards, which is why I got to buy hay. I'll probably still buy hay in the future just because, but the idea is not to have to buy hay. So, yeah. Okay, bye. All right, I didn't want to take this one apart. I figured I'll go ahead and put it around my blackberries. I needed to take this thing apart anyway, so I went and got another one. I'm going to make a smaller ring with it. And then hay fork all this into there. Or at least as much as possible. And try to preserve as much as I can. Whatever they didn't poop and pee on. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. Alright, so since I took this ring off here, now they're jumping on the hay and trying to eat it from the top. So I gotta keep them off of it. But anyways, I'm gonna show you a step-by-step. Hey, little Bucky. I need to make them a teeter-totter and a rock pile so they can climb on the rocks. But anyhow, so what I did was, first I fold this over. I like to overlap these by 2. It's probably overkill, but better to be safe than sorry. So I tied it down here like this for the 2. And then what I'll do is I'll roll this way stand on it and tie off on the inside in 3 different places. And that'll get it pretty close to perfect how I need it. And then I'll go around and tighten it even more better that way. So that's basically what I'm going to do. I'll show you the next step here in a minute. All right, so basically I don't have a whole lot of help here, so I'm having to figure out how to do things on my own. So this will help you figure out how to do things all by yourself, and sometimes it's hard to come up with solutions, and or it's frustrating. So yeah, basically I just folded it over, tied off this end, then I stood on the inside, tucked these in, and tied them off. Now what I'll do is I'll stand it up like that, and I'll wrap these, make them tighter, and then I'll go and put in 1, 2, 3, 4 more, just to make sure it's good and secure. And then I'll shovel the hay in here. And that's probably just a hair smaller than a hay bale. So, yeah, I mean, basically you can take a hay bale, lay it on its side, and either slide this over on top or, maybe make it a little wider. I did mine 2. I crossed these 2 over, but maybe that's too tight. Maybe, I need to loosen it up, make it only 1 overlap or none. We'll see. When I get the next bale of hay, I'll see how thick it is and see if I got to make any adjustments, But that might require 2 people. So, I may have to have someone hold, lay the bale of hay down, wrap this around it, and then tie it off while someone else is holding it together and see if that works. And like I said, if it's too narrow, then you can peel some off and then set this on around it, and then you'll be good to go. So, and typically what I like to do is have the big rings on the bottom, or the big holes on the bottom, so the baby goats can get in there and eat more if necessary. But it should be plenty. I still got plenty of hay left. But yeah, I could basically have 2 of these per yard and then put a new one, have one around the new one, have one around the old one, and the old one will be for the babies to get in there and finish off, whatever the big goats can't get to. Or like I said before in the previous video, I can just shovel it into the goat house. There's a lot of options you can do. But like I said, I don't have any help here. What help I do have is very minimal. So I got to figure out how to do things on my own. So this is basically one way of doing this all by yourself. So it's like this goat house. I built it by myself. I did have a friend hold the siding up while I screwed it, but that's pretty much it. I did everything else all by myself. Okay, bye. All right, so I got the hay ring done. So now I'll take this hay fork and shovel it in there. And yeah, the stuff in the middle, the goats didn't poop and pee on. If they did, not very much, because I can't tell. So I'll shovel all that in there. And then it'll be good for the next couple weeks. Save me some money, because these things are like $50 a bale, depending on who you get it from. So yeah. Okay, bye. All right, I didn't get a chance to do a video. There's another rabbit. And I got busy and had to run Cindy into town. But anyhow, and I needed to get some stuff too. I probably should have stayed here and got some work done, but anyways, yeah, she needed to go to town. And so she can't drive. She's a widow. And she ain't got a car. She don't know how to drive. So, yeah. Anyways, so I ended up taking her into town. But I pretty much finished the hay thingies for the most part. So, and it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I may not be able to finish doing what I was doing tomorrow. But I got another project I have to do tomorrow before I leave town, which is basically make sure I got all my schematics right for these goat yards. My goat fence guy came over yesterday and basically just told me, he says, do all the measurements, put it all on paper, and I'll give you a bid, and we can go from there. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then, yeah, he wants 1/3 down. So I already had probably 10% down, but I'll have him probably just do one goat yard at a time. That way I can afford to get them done. And then that way I'm being productive, because if I got to save everything up at once, it's going to take me forever. And I'm already behind because I've been waiting on David to do stuff for the last 7 years and he never does anything. So, all right, I had to drop some grapes off at my grape thingy, which I need to move, but I'll worry about that later. So I'm gonna go close up the chickens. I just got back from taking Cindy shopping. We gotta go over to Bill and Shirley's. So I'm closing up the chickens. Goats are pretty much taken care of. Cats are pretty much taken care of. The chickens are the only ones that are actually somewhat high maintenance. They're not really high maintenance, but you know, everything wants to kill and eat chickens. So you gotta make sure they're put away every night. You gotta make sure you let them out every day. I got an automatic feeder, so David doesn't have to worry about feeding them. All he has to do is open the doors and close the doors, which is pretty much all he does. You know, you don't keep track of them, you don't look after them, you don't take care of them. You don't take care of anything, really, except himself. But then he wants to make claim to everything as if it's his. And it's like, no, you don't really do anything. It's just like Trig, when she broke her leg, I just found this out actually. But when she broke her leg, he wanted to put her down. Oops. I'll take that lid. How many chickens? 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't hardly see. I'll have to stop this and turn the light on to count them. Crazy chickens. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Whites. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Should be one more in the nest box. There she is. Oh. Oh, there's a new egg. All right, I'll mark that tomorrow. What are you doing? Where's your babies? Come on. The feeder's about to go off any minute now. Get in there, salty. What time is it? Get in there. I threw that mayonnaise thing in there and now they're all like going crazy. Go in. Alright, I know how to get them in. I'll just make the spinner go myself. And then it'll go off in 5 minutes anyways. Bye. That's how you get to them, man. Come on. Go. Get. Come here. Go. Go. No. Go. Damn cats. Oh, to hell with it. She can stay in. Alright. What the heck? How did that get taken down? Maybe it broke. Alright. So yeah. So I got the hay thing done for the most part. And yeah. So that's it. All the other animals are good. I'll double check everybody tomorrow when I come down in the morning. Oh, it's regular birds. So yeah, I'm working on cleaning this place up. I'm mostly cleaning up front because up front looks trashy. And partly that's my fault, partly that's David's fault. But I'm just tired of the place looking trashy. So I'm cleaning up the front so it's not an eyesore to the public. And working my way back. Working on goat yards. I'm basically not doing the farm stay, work stay anymore. I'm not doing the sustainable community anymore. I'm pretty much just raising goats. And that's it. Then I'll do a little bit of this and that on the side, but pretty much just gonna raise goats. So, all right, that's it for today. Probably won't have any more updates this week, maybe next week when I'm home, which I usually have updates when I come home. So, okay, bye.